first and foremost, welcome everybody on the call to finalize this milestone between SwissCham Asia and the South Asia Forum and Singularity Academy for an enhanced collaboration. So as I can see now from the agenda, the first point on the agenda would be the introduction of each party by its representative. So you might know myself, I'm a board member and in charge for the Singapore and Philippines chapter at the SwissCham Asia. And I would like to ask the participants on the call to introduce themselves. Maybe starting with you, Guna.
Yeah, I'm a Malaysian born, living in Switzerland, and executive board member of SwissCham Asia, and also a very strong supporter of the Singularity Academy. And I'm also the honorary consul of Malaysia in Switzerland. Thank you. I think that's a brief introduction.
Thank you very much, Guna. Who would like to go next?
I've just signed on.
Yeah.
I've come on board. Thank you very much. I am Tak Seng Lo, and most people address me by saying it's a privilege to have the opportunity to meet with the South Asia Forum virtually. I was born in Malaysia, but raised in the UK and moved to Switzerland in 2006. My background has been financial services banking, but with a focus on privatizations. And I've been involved in privatization activities across Europe and also across Asia. My family live in Singapore. I've been heavily involved in Singapore over decades, not only in privatization, but also in a range of other activities, including education. And to that extent, the connection with Singularity is particularly important. I don't have much to add, but I would say that I welcome this initiative. I was talking to the government of Singapore just before this call, the Enterprise Development Board, and I singled out two countries that could, at a G2G level, be important for a technology we're working on, which is space. And those countries are Pakistan and Bangladesh, primarily focusing on the flooding, the water systems, because Singapore has one of the most advanced water management, risk management, and I mean, we can't stop the flooding, but at least we have vast resources to contain and even now to forecast weather, more accurately rainfall patterns, because we are an island, we don't have our own water systems, and water is the lifeblood of a lot of industries. In fact, the island. So I will stop there. Thank you.
Thank you, Seng. Maybe from Singularity, Ing and Urs also. I mean, Urs and Ing, you don't need an introduction really, but if you would like to say a few words.
Yeah, so I'm from Singularity Academy. I'm one of the founders and also I'm president of Singularity Academy. We are basically the frontier of the education and research transformer in the world. And we try to bring all different subjects and disciplinary subjects together to provide students and members of tailor-made education and training package all over the world. In our academy, we provide education from the undergraduate to postgraduate to DBA to continuing education, and also we have K-12 education consulting package. So in essence, we try to help the young generations to get rid of the old fashion of the education system, which bother them too much and block their development too much. And we try to help students and members and some of the young generations who suffer from the mental disorder to recovery as well. So it is a very comprehensive package that we try to do in order to help our students. Of course, we also have students very high level, for example, ambassadors, diplomats who want to know all sorts of knowledges. That's why we are very interested also working with SwissCham ASIA, who has a very broad knowledge in this. And also we're very interested in working with Farad Ali and also, South Asian Forum, because from our end that both organizations that we are working with have vast, deep, rich knowledge in Asia. And from this side, from the Western perspective and from the global perspective as well, Asian is a future. So we can't miss it as an educational and research body. That's why we very much looking forward to the future collaboration. And that's why we also have 2 fellows, 3 fellows here today. They are excellent. They're beyond excellent, and they have rich knowledge. So very happy meeting all of you here today.
Excellent. Thank you very much, Ying. Urs, would you like to say a few words as our president of the chamber as well?
I can do that. Thank you, Daniel. I'm the chairman of the board of SwissCham Asia, and I have been active in this space for a long, long time, which kind of reveals my age. I have had the pleasure to talk about Pakistan for many years. I have known my friend Farhad Ali for many years. I have known Ikram Segal for many years, but I have never actually managed to visit Pakistan, which is really on my bucket list as one of the things that I want to do. I'm very happy that we can deepen the ties via the connections of Farhad. He showed us an article that he wrote in one of the communication means of the forum. And as we were reading the article, we were really impressed by the quality of the publication. And we immediately jumped on him and said, we have to start some way of cooperating with one another. And fortunately, Farhad was able to convince Iqbal, or Mr. Iqbal, sorry, to share our vision and cooperate. And I believe we can do great things together. But I don't want to jump the gun. This is part of the agenda. I'm a lawyer in Zurich. I'm active in the field of settling disputes or handling disputes. I am also active in the Singularity environment. I'm acting as the chair there. So for me, I can unite many of my interests in today's event, and so I'm very, very happy that it takes place. Thank you, Daniel.
Lovely. Thank you, Urs, for this one. Patrick Krisemer is also on the call today, a board member at SwissCham Asia as well. Patrick, would you like to say a few words as an introduction?
Basically, Urs covered everything what you can cover as a board member. So let's copy paste it. And happy birthday to Urs, more importantly, today.
Once again.
Yes, that all his wishes and prayers come true. I just probably a little bit size different to us. I'm focusing a little bit more on also the Islamic countries we have in the chamber, namely the Gulf states, Malaysia, where I spent more than 25 years of my life. I think the Singularity University has a huge opportunity in link with our chamber in terms to go in deeper. Don't forget our benefit, and I'm looking for our benefit because I'm SwissCham ASIA. SwissCham ASIA needs more scientific research. Otherwise, we are just a party club, and that's we are not. So there we distinguish between all other events or things that we have a scientific part in our chamber covering topics which probably not covered in a general university lectures. That's it. Thank you.
Thank you, Patrick. I just saw Saad came on the call right now from Bangladesh. Saad, would you like to say a few words from your end to introduce yourself?
Yeah, my name is Saad. I'm the country chair for Bangladesh. Sorry for being a little late. Yeah, I'm actually traveling, so I kept my mic mute. Apology.
Excellent. Okay. And now, of course, we'd like to give the opportunity to our partners from the South Asia Forum, the two gentlemen. Would you mind introducing yourselves, please, to us as well?
Well, thank you very much. My name is Syed Javed Iqbal. You can address me as Javed or Syed, because Iqbal is a very common name here. I founded South Asia Magazine, which is the parent body of South Asia Forum. This magazine is almost 44 years old. This magazine is slightly younger than my age. And it was a very young time that I established this. I started this magazine at a time when the country was under martial law. So you can imagine the kind of problems that one faces during those times. But we, as we said, Alhamdulillah, we are still alive. The other thing is there is an extension of this magazine, which is known as South Asia Forum. The magazine is, I'll just say that this is the magazine, which is a monthly magazine on political, economic, and social development in the SAARC region, especially, but also talks about the countries that are linked with any of the countries of SAARC. Bangladesh, for instance, and you can see this month's cover story is on Bangladesh and Pakistan's relationship and partnership. Especially our friend Saad from Bangladesh will understand what we are saying. It says relationship redefined. So this is something I'll send you the copy of this, electronic copy, so that you can go through this. Now, extension of this very magazine is South Asia Forum, in which capacity I am here before you today. And this is a forum which basically deals with various subjects, globally discussing global subjects in regional perspective or regional subjects in global perspective. So that almost covers so many economic and political issues and social development issues. So this is another, I don't know whether you have received a copy of this brochure, which is it covers the activities that we have been doing in the last so many days, seminars, conferences, roundtables, and publications. So this is a brief introduction. The forum is very active. In fact, next month, we are having a very special symposium on Pakistan's foreign policy in the light of new development in the region, especially with reference to Bangladesh. And Zamir Akram, an ambassador, a former ambassador, and a writer of great depth, will be the one who will be talking to us and our audience in the media. So that is South Asia Forum. And I have some other interests also. These things, as you know, I'm sure you know this, the print media is very at a very low level these days internationally because of electronic development. So one has to take care of other areas. So I run a public relations and advocacy company that is known as CMC, Corporate and Marketing Communications. That is where, from where I get my bread and butter. So that is the company, and it is connected with the fourth largest network in the world, which is Catch-Up, based in New York. And that is, in that case, we have a lot of clients, we have governments, we have institutions, and we also have private companies, private business, for instance, Nestle and P&G and Unilever. So we take care of that professionally, and we do their specified work against the retainer fee. So other areas, there are two more areas that I will, before I go to my colleague. One is PEF, because some of our colleagues were talking about the institutions and education. PEF is a professional education foundation. I sit on the board of this, and we are supporting the board along with other members. We are supporting about 7,000 students on their higher education. The idea is not, it is not on the criteria is not need, but the criteria is competence, merit, and then need. Because if somebody is not in a position to pay the medical school fee, we are not interested in that, provided that somebody is also competent. So once he gets or she gets the admission in a medical college and she is unable to pay the fee, we come into this and we provide that education. And it will be, just want to say, one of our recipient is a third-year medical student in Karachi, and her father is a gardener in the same college. So that gives us so much openness in the family also. And he has no complex at all. He says, well, I'm running it and my daughter is getting education in the medical college. That's it. And last but not the least, I am heading the chair. I am the chairman of the board of directors of an organization which is about 20 years old, in fact, 20 years old. It is known as NAPA, N-A-P-A, which stands for National Academy of Performing Arts. It's a high-profile kind of an institution. It is based in Karachi, but it operates in various areas of the country, and it is involved in music, theater, and dance. And we have a lot of celebrities who come here and give lectures. We have the students who are, and we also provide support, financial support to those students who are interested either in theater or music or in dance. Dance is quite a difficult thing here if you know what the culture is all about in Pakistan. Nevertheless, we are making an attempt to get it done. Currently, I am the chairman for the last 2 terms, actually. This is my last year in that capacity. I'll remain a board member. But this is what, very briefly, I've been writing also. I've been appearing on television as a host also. But this is what, briefly, what I am. So I was very happy that my colleague and friend Farad spoke to me about you guys and about the association that you have. And it will be a great honor to work together and see what objectives and what kind of contribution we can make as South Asia Forum towards the higher objective and the global objective that you have. Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you very much for this insightful overview on your activities and what you would like to achieve. So your colleague next to you would like to say a few words, I'm sure. And as he was the one introducing you to us.
That's right.
Yes.
Thank you, sir. As a professional, I come from a technology background. Currently, I'm the chairman of the board and executive managing director of Polygon Switzerland, Pakistan. It's a 100% subsidiary of Polygon of Switzerland. We are in chemical production business, and we are exporting most of our products to China and Far East. I was the country president of ABB, ASIA Brown Boveri, which is a Swiss engineering company, for 10 years. And formerly, I was the regional head of Siemens in Pakistan. for 20 years. That's my professional background. And from the side of the chamber, I'm the founder president of Swiss Business Council, which has got 30 Swiss multinational companies as its member. And currently, I'm the chairperson of External Affairs, which brings me closer to Oaks and the other colleagues, and also Swiss Global Enterprises, with whom we have a collaboration. And I was the president of Overseas Investors Chamber of Commerce Industry, which is a chamber more than 100 years old. And we have got 200 multinational companies of Pakistan as its member, contributing about 60% of the country's revenue. So we are very excited from the Forum of South Asia and South Asia magazine to come into contact with our colleagues from Switzerland. And as you can see from the map of this, we are already covering the areas which SwissCham is covering, and it will be an add-on. And as my colleague said, the magazine would be it's already been circulated to South Asian countries, Bhutan, Bangladesh, and others. And I think when we work together, we will add value to both these organizations. And I see a great potential in it to bring the region together, to bring the media together. We offer you our South Asia magazine as a channel for media. And we look forward to we are excited about this association. So I wish everybody a lot of good luck. Thank you.
Thank you.
Excellent. Thank you very much for this. So that brings us actually to the next agenda item, as you have perfectly set the stage for it already. The Memorandum of Understanding, MoU, that has already been signed between SwissCham ASIA, Singularity Academy, and the South Asia Forum, which is an extension of the South Asia magazine in Pakistan. So maybe if you could just briefly outline the parties that have signed this Memorandum of Understanding, Urs Lustenberger, Ing Chang, and Syed Jawad Iqbal, what you would like to achieve in the first place in 2025.
For this year, last year, end of last year, we were very lucky. We met with Mr. Farhad Ali, and he was traveling to Switzerland. And I saw this wonderful magazine, and I was immediately attracted to it. I said to him this is so professional. This is already Forbes level professional. And then I can't believe that it's developed in Pakistan and not arrived here. So my first instinct is we have to work together. We need to make effort to make this magazine even much bigger impact also in Europe. And then second instinct from me is that we need to also make effort together, especially from SwissCham ASIA, because they have such a deep root in Switzerland and Europe. And also the presence in Davos during the World Economic Forum every year. We need to work together in the next few years, try to organize events and make impact that Europe, Switzerland, and Asia need to hand by hand and to defend the prosperity and peace and the future. That's my second thought. The third thought, of course, come with also the one of the missions our partner mentioned is education, because there are so many talents in Asia, especially from third country, low-income country. They have no opportunity to get to the most frontier education. And then in Europe, we are searching for talents, but we don't have so many talents, and kids are usually very relaxed. So this is exactly the gap we can fill by working together, by support talents, the future talents and future leaders, by putting our hands together, making a big impact through the World Economic Forum Week and organize events together, by doing research together to uncover the fundamental issues and solutions of geopolitical conflicts in Asia and between Europe and other countries. So I think by nature we're destined to being together, should work together. This is only the first step that we kind of assign our intention that we should work together. And I really hope in the next few years, we can put our resource together and we can do research development, publication, we can be opinion leaders, we can exchange knowledge, and we can build up more collaborative initiative. And that's too much, but I think by rolling together, we will make a big impact. That's from our side.
Thank you for outlining this on behalf of Singularity Academy. On behalf of SwissCham Asia, Urs, what is really the intention this year? What would we like to achieve with this signed MoU this year?
Yeah, well, from my perspective, of course, it is very important to tie up closer to one of the most important countries in South Asia. Pakistan, just by its sheer population, is a country that is growing in importance. We read often about the political turmoil, the environmental catastrophes, but we seldom read about the growth and the growing importance of the country. So from my eyes, it is a very important country to get closer to. If you, as a business person, are interested in getting closer tied up in Asia, and in that respect, I see a big importance. The contact allows us to be part in a vivid and always very, how do I call it, deep journalistic environment that is seldom to be seen in the rest of the world. I think Javed stated that he started his magazine in the times when there was a military dictatorship. And typically under a military dictatorship, you can't always write what you want to write. But over the years, I think journalism in Pakistan has proved to be incredibly resilient and incredibly vociferous, despite of all the pressure coming from left and right. And by now, I would think Pakistan has one of the most independent journalism in the world, which cannot be set for the rest of the world, where I believe journalism has become more and more aligned with what we consider mainstream, and mainstream is not always the truth. So I am deeply impressed by journalism in Pakistan, what they have achieved, and by partnering up with a person like Javed, I think we can learn on how to stay firm, how to stay resilient, and how to communicate with enormous amounts of people that might be interested in how to do business across Asia, how to do business with Switzerland. And for me, this was a fantastic opportunity to clinch up and to collaborate. Thank you.
Thank you very much, Urs. On behalf of the South Asia Forum, what are the main aims and objectives you would like to get out of this cooperation now, in terms of what you would like to achieve? You have already touched on it a bit in your statements, but maybe if you could just briefly summarize what you would like to achieve together with us in 2025.
Thank you very much. Our main objective actually is this, that the problem of South Asia are very different than the problem which you have got in the West, whether it's the environment, whether it's the business development, whether it's global alliances. And the countries like Pakistan, Bangladesh, Nepal, Bhutan, really have no real base. We are either in one block or the other block, and we follow what they think is right for us. My motivation is to bring these smaller countries like Pakistan, Bangladesh, Bhutan, Nepal, Malaysia. Malaysia is, of course, in different league, together, that they work together, gel together, and form their own basis of what this region requires in environment, in business, in education. And in this, I saw that SwissCham is doing a wonderful job. Actually, my motivation started when I saw the SwissCham delegation to Bhutan, and then they're inviting their ministers over here. So my motivation is to bring these countries together, and we have the challenge to do that. These countries have got excellent talents. Pakistan has got excellent talent. Bangladesh has got excellent talent. So is the talent in Nepal and Bhutan. I was reading about Bhutan, how the talent is moving out. So we have to work together to bring these countries into some sort of a union where they have some legs to stand and not moving with the big powers, one going there, the other going there. That is really our motivation.
May
Okay.
I add to this? Very relevant what my colleague Farhat has said. But in addition to this, my plan would be in the coming few months, we are already working on a special report which entitles the Switzerland and South Asia, not just focusing on Pakistan, but the whole of South Asia, which includes the countries there, and make it one through the print media, which is through the magazine, as a cover story or a special report, a very, very comprehensive report telling people, telling businessmen, sharing with them the salient features of market, each other's market. And also, after some time, sometimes means the same quarter, for instance, we can have a seminar on, and we ask to request this to speak on these various segments of our business in the South Asian region, and with regard to Switzerland and the company involved there. There are a lot of companies, as Farhad has already said, about 28 companies operating here.
Yeah.
But there are many more. There are many more who have the opportunities to. It's a very thickly populated country. Pakistan is a very potential market, for instance, and they can work together, provided we start talking about it and making a lot of perceptions which are not true, but bringing the perceptions towards reality, and that can be done by print, by electronic media, and by other sources. That would be my let's say program or perspective for the coming 3-4 months.
I would like to add one thing. I would say I see SwissCham and Singularity based in Switzerland as a channel to bring these countries together. If we work bilaterally, for example, Pakistan and Bhutan, or Pakistan, Nepal, Pakistan and Bangladesh, we may not have the same strength. But I look upon these two companies based in Switzerland as a neutral empire and a channel to bring these countries together. So this is how I look at our partner in Switzerland, and this is our expectation from them, that they can play a big role in bringing these countries together where they have a voice of their own.
Yeah, I know that.
Yeah. Saad, would you like to add anything on what has been said regarding the cooperation?
Okay. So I'm very much excited and thrilled, and very, I would say, I'm happy to contribute in such a platform. And a lot of development is happening between Bangladesh and Pakistan. So, I mean, we can actually exchange ideas, and share our thoughts, and we can do the advocacy for the related stakeholders. So I appreciate Swiss Asian Chamber, Singularity Academy, and Southeast Asian Journal. So together to sign the MoU. Personally, I'm extremely excited. I'm looking forward to contribute more. Thank you.
Lovely. Thank you very much. Urs or Ing, anything you would like to add?
Yeah, we after what Mr. Fahad Ali said, I'm very excited to hear that, because we are actually doing what, as you said, and we're following your guidance. This year we will have Prime Minister of Bhutan coming in Davos. We will host them, and we will bring the efforts together to help Bhutan's investment and opportunities in Bhutan. And a lot of things happened as well in Davos about Pakistan. We also look forward to have Bangladesh in the future. So as you mentioned, this is a very good initiative that if through our platform we can bring South Asia, all these countries together, so make it as a region to move forward. I'm very excited about your ideas, and then I'm with you definitely.
Excellent. And how can we bring in, Switzerland here with the current setup or cooperation that already exists between Switzerland and Pakistan? You mentioned the report you're already working on. With whom are you actually developing this report? Or who are the participants from Switzerland to finalize such a report?
This is at the very initial level, and we have contacted the ambassador there in Islamabad, and also the economic affairs people working with him, plus those people that we intend to. We have not yet decided it's planned, but then a couple of articles will be written on different sectors of the member countries and with regard to Switzerland. So that is what it is. We are focusing on Swiss business, not just in Pakistan, as I said earlier, not just in Pakistan, but also in other countries, developing countries. Of course, we cannot get into the Indian market, but for obvious reasons. But other than that, we have focused on Bangladesh, we have focused on other countries, also including Afghanistan. Afghanistan is also an important member of SAARC, which is the South Asian Association of Regional Cooperation. So that is also, it's a very troubled area, but nevertheless, business is going there. So that is the kind of thing. But we would take your recommendations, and we will be asking you to nominate some people who could be writers also in this, and then we'll finally decide. I think the time for this will be somewhere in March that the report will be. We'll take the whole month to prepare it. We are already working, the structure is ready. And somewhere in April, we can have a seminar based on that. So there will be a continuation. You have a report 1 month, and the second month, you have in detailed discussion with various speakers.
Mm-hmm. Okay, thank you. So Urs, from SwissCham ASIA perspective, how would you see our role maybe to provide inputs in such report from a Switzerland side?
Basically indicating and nominating or giving us the detail of people so that we can contact, and your endorsement also that, well, this is a magazine which is concentrating on this area with this kind of approach, and we will be talking to them. A lot of other people are writing, and that report will carry, for instance, business environment or the potential of business, Swiss business in these countries, in South Asian countries. So you may have a person, I'm sure you will have a lot, but you will indicate 4 or 5 people that these are the people who can be contacted to develop and to write only one sector or two sectors. Now that we will take in the report. The report will obviously take foreign policy, or because you see, you can't talk about economic issues, but you have to have the foreign policy and other social indicators. So we will need your help in also outlining and indicating people who could be right people to write on.
Okay.
Here, I would just like to add what Javed has said. Our aim is not just bilateral between Pakistan and Switzerland. Our aim is with the region, which is South Asia. We used to have an organization, South Asia Regional Cooperation, which is a combination of Pakistan, Bangladesh, Sri Lanka, Bhutan, and all these things, but that fizzled out here. So we have no real channel. And it's not really what we mean is a bilateral between Pakistan and Switzerland. A lot of organizations are doing that. Swiss Business Council is doing it, Swiss Global Enterprise is doing it. What we want is dissemination in the region, which is covered by our Swiss partners over there. That is our real aim. So our input, what our demand would come to our colleagues in Switzerland, then they would disseminate it in the region and get the opinion and group it together. We need a collective voice.
Yeah.
So Urs, I think that is in line with our interests as well, as our members expect us to support them, for instance, in countries like Pakistan, on the ground to establish their business, to develop their business.
Absolutely. In my eyes, I think, for example, this report is classical. Switzerland will be able to demonstrate, that with its neutrality and with its approach, and also I think with its historic past, we do not have a colonial history. We are really fit to be conceived as a friendly nation in the entire area. And to be conceived as a friendly nation, of course, will be helpful for economic ties. And as a chamber, we will be more than happy to provide ties and connections between businesses, but also between governments, because when governments are friendly with one another, then they foster friendly economic ties. So for me, it's a extraordinarily interesting platform on how to bring us into the region and how to demonstrate to Swiss businesses what sort of opportunities lay ahead in Pakistan, in Bangladesh, in the entire region. And of course, Farhad, you know that we also know people in those countries that you are referring to as let's call it Southeast Asian countries. We will be more than happy also to try to connect those, even though I believe you and Javed, you probably have deeper connections in that region than we have, but maybe by chance we can help you as well. And so we will be more than happy to provide any help that you can think of.
Great. Thank you.
So maybe just one question, Farhad and Javed, on the relations you might maintain already on the ground in Pakistan with the SwissCham. Are there any ties with this local SwissCham already in Pakistan, which could be helpful also to further enhance the collaboration between us?
Yes, of course, Swiss Business Council has been working very closely with Oates from when he was from the platform of Swiss Asian Chamber of Commerce. And we are now can link up SwissCham and Singularity with Swiss Business Council, which is quite a powerful body. and we are working together, like I said, Swiss Global Enterprises in Switzerland, and we are working very successfully in bringing investors into the country, building up trade relationship between the two countries, and this is a very successful model of business to business without involving the government, either the government of Switzerland or the government of Pakistan. And that's a wonderful model, business model, which is working between the two countries. Yeah. But of course, it's apolitical and it's only concentrated in with businesses. So that would be one part which we could bring to SwissCham. But our ambition level extends far beyond that. It comes to political diplomacy and far more than just the business cohesion.
Okay. Okay, thank you for explaining that. So basically, I can see we are through with the agenda points we wanted to discuss with you based on this Memorandum of Understanding and the areas of collaborations that have been defined within this MoU. Is there anything else someone would like to add, the other participants on the call?
I would just
Well, I'm okay, but I saw a hand raised from Saad. Maybe he'd like to add something. I saw his hand raised.
Perhaps mistake, sorry. I was actually SARC is Southeast Asian Regional Cooperation, and this is something we can look into this platform as well. So I appreciate that you brought this point, because it's been 40 years, but I do not see a very much active engagement at a regional level. Though this platform has been created 40 years, we can learn from this platform, and also we can look into their agendas and see where we can get engaged. Yeah, so just wanted to share my input. Thank you.
I agree with you, Saad. I think that's a good way forward, and we should work on that. Let us be the catalyst from the private sector. Let government do what they want. It might take longer, but as a private sector and through the cooperation of our Swiss partners, we could speed up this process.
Right.
Yeah.
Let's move
Thank
more
you.
on the private sector. That's my concentration is. Let's get the private sector in. Things would move smarter, things move faster, and we will have the results far more in a quicker way than the bilateral between government to government. That's what I think, and I have experienced. Yeah.
Okay, thank you very much. Then I think we have reached the end of this signing ceremony and exchange in terms of our newly established partnership with South Asia Forum. And I would like to thank you all for your contributions and your participation. And also would like to wish you great success with this collaboration going forward.
thank you.
Thank you.
Then I would say thank you, Javaid and Farhad, for taking the time. Thank you for attending this ceremonial act. It was a pleasure. It would be better to see each other in person, but we have to vow that we will do that one of these years. Farhad, we see regularly. Singularity Academy and SwissCham Asia will have to come to Pakistan one of these days.
You're most welcome. You're most welcome.
Thank you. Thank you.
We look forward to that.
Lovely.
Okay.
Thank you.
Okay, bye-bye.
Thank
Bye.
Okay.
Thanks. Thank
Bye-bye.
you.
Thank you.
you.